So, the type of reading that I do, I don't use tarot. Nothing wrong with tarot or anything like that. But cartomancy just suits me better for my uniqueness and standing out from other diviners, because most people use tarot cards. Now, with cartomancy, I use playing deck cards. The same shit we play spades with. It just so happens that cartomancy came out in the 14th century and tarot came out the 15th century. So it was actually out before tarot. So what I do is I use a principal deck. I pull 3 cards from my principal deck, and then I clarify each card as necessary. And then I also use my dice to help forecast the overall energy that you are in now or can expect to be in. And then from there, we just see what the divine has to say. Usually, I like for you to hold your questions at the end of the reading, just so that I could get everything that Spirit is saying. And then we could, if you have any questions, then we could go backtrack and go through your questions. Okay, cool? All right. Cool. So, okay. So on the dice, you have 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, consecutive order. So that already tells me that you have been making progress in certain or particular areas in your life. But when you get to a certain point, it's like, oh, I gotta backtrack. Let me take 2 steps backwards. So it's like 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. You're doing this dance. So on the blue dice, this is 1, which represents our individual body. When we think of our individual body, it's our emotional space, how we feel about things that we've experienced, how we feel about things that we're going through. It's our own personal set of emotions that usually don't have anything to do with other people in terms of affection and how you feel about someone else. This is all about how you feel inside. So this could be how someone else makes you feel, or an experience with someone else and how that experience makes you feel. So it's your whole entire emotional body within. Now on the next one is 2 on red. 2 represents union, companionship, partnership. Okay, so there may be a particular bond here with someone. It could be romantic, but it doesn't always have to be romantic. It could be a close family member or a close friend who is like family, or depending on the situation, it could even be a business partner who you're particularly close with. And then you can reduce 2 to 1, which takes us right back to the individual body, your emotional space. And 1 also represents leadership energy as well. And 3 on red, this represents finding and maintaining clarity. Okay, so with this 3 steps forward, 2 step back situation, this may even be in relation to somebody that you're linked with, that you have a particular union or companionship or bond with. But you're coming into a space, if you're not already seeing it, you will see that you're coming into a space of clarity. Okay, and once you find that clarity, it's important to maintain it. Because when we don't maintain our clarity, we oftentimes get into a space of conflict, confusion, chaos, and even in allowing third-party energy to come in and infiltrate whatever is going on any type of level. So you are definitely in a very divine point in time in your life with this consecutive 1, 2, 3. That's rare that comes out, and that's showing up Spirit saying and letting you know, okay, you're making steps forward, but when you get to a certain point, and I believe you already know what that certain point is, it's like, okay, let me etch back. I don't want to go beyond this point right now for whatever reason that may be. So we're going to go ahead and get into the principal cards. Let's see what's good. I can say that I don't feel any shadow energy or anything negative. I just feel like it's more so within. You know what you want, you know how you want it, but it's just, can I really have it? Almost type of thing. Can I really have this the way that I want it? And you absolutely can. You just have to trust, you have to believe, you have to know, and you have to focus on that which you want and the outcome that you want, instead of all of the bullshit that we convince ourselves that we don't deserve, or just like it doesn't make sense. Life doesn't work this way. That's how we're programmed to believe that life works. You have to suffer. You have to go through hardship. You have to go through pain to get what you want, and that's not necessarily true. We impose a lot of the pain and a lot of the hurt on ourselves by what we allow from other people, the expectations from other people, the desire to please other people above ourselves. It's like, well, I gotta make this person happy. I gotta make sure that this person is straight. No, you have to make sure that you are happy. You are straight, even in regard to your kids. And this may sound a little iffy to some people, but and a lot of mothers and a lot of single mothers have this mentality, well, I have to put my kids first. And in essence, that's kind of true. But in the full scope of things, you have to put you first. Because if you are not the best you, if you are not taking care of you, you cannot properly pour into the lives of your children or anybody else that you care about and that you want to be there for. You can absolutely be there for them. You can absolutely impart to them and be a good parent. But you have to make sure that you're good first. Because if we're not, you're pouring from a half empty cup, half full cup. You know what I'm saying? And then unintentionally, a lot of times, we may impart the wrong things into our children without even realizing that that's what we're doing. So definitely, I'll always make sure that you're good and you're together and you're happy, because when your kids see that and other people close to you in your life see that, damn, maybe that bitch always happy. No matter what she got going on, she got a smile on her face and she is coming out on top. What is your secret? I be happy, girl. I keep a positive mind, girl. I don't focus on the negative stuff, because when you think back in retrospect and you think about how your mind works and how you think about things, and then you think about certain situations, you be like, I manifested that entire thing for myself. I kept telling myself, this is what I'm expecting from this person. Oh, I bet they do this. I bet they do this. I bet they do this. And you preparing for them to do that. And what happens? They do that. Because even though you want something different from them, that's where your focus is. And a lot of us don't even realize it. We create a bunch of the mess ourselves and don't even realize it. Ooh, I want this mansion. And as soon as we create that thought, that desire, ooh, but I can't have it because. How you gonna ask for something and create something and then tell yourself in the same breath that you created it that you can't have it? And then that contrast of what we want becomes our focus. And that's why a lot of times we don't get what we want, or it takes us 50 years to get what we want, because we always focusing on the contrast instead of, yeah, bitch, I can have it. I'm worthy. Ain't no reason why not. I can have it. And it takes some time for us to change the way our mind works. But like I was telling Adrian, when you start little by little, just the little things, I promise you will start to see a change. Just the little things. You be like, God damn, this is all I had to do? This is all I had to do. All this time was be happy, focus on what I want, what makes me happy. That's all I had to do this whole time. But that's what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and get into these cards. This is the Seven of Swords. Okay, so when we think about the number 7, we definitely think about divinity, the divine, a heavenly number. So with the swords, it's representing the soul space. When we think about your soul space, we think about the entire makeup of who we are as a person. So that's our heart space, how we show affection and love to other people, our emotional body, our creativity, how we communicate, our spiritual beliefs, and our material desires, wants, and needs. Okay, but with this coming out, there is an uncovering. There's a removal. So there's some things that you are about to find out, or some things that are, if they haven't begun already, they will start to come to light. And this is kind of like what's done in the dark comes to light, that old saying. Swords represents air sign energy, so this can have something to do with a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius. But that is definitely a removal and uncovering, some secrets coming to light. And again, being that it's coming out on a 7, this is divine. It's meant to happen. It's not always comfortable. It doesn't always feel good, but it's for your divine good. It's going to allow you to be able to grow, to expand, and to shift into a better space for yourself so that you can move forward and possibly stop doing this 3-step forward, 2-step back thing. Okay, so now the clarifier card that came out, this is the Queen of Pentacles. So when we think about the Queen, that is definitely representing divine feminine energy. Okay, when we think about divine feminine energy, it's the ability to, one, sit your ass down instead of trying to make something happen. Sit down, chill, relax, allow the desires to be manifested and brought to your feet. Okay, a lot of people say, I'm chasing a bag, I'm chasing a bag. You don't realize that when you're chasing something, it's running away from you. Why are you chasing the bag? And incidentally, the Pentacles represents material things, material aspects such as finance, business, and property. So I feel like with this coming out, there may have been some things that you have been wanting or working towards in this aspect that has something to do with your finances, or maybe starting a business of your own, or maybe getting a particular house or even land. And it feels like that you have just been, I almost want to say, long suffering and just trying to I need to make this thing happen. But this is why you're having, one of the reasons you're having the delay is because you're trying to force things to happen when you should be sitting still, chilling, and let the universe, the divine universe, do the work that it needs to do to bring it to your feet. And that's why this Queen, if you can see, that's why the Queen is in reverse. This is what she looks like upright. She's in reverse. So she's not operating in her divine feminine essence. She's not allowing these things to come to her. It's because she's not allowing, it's like a block. It's like a delay. I'm going to clarify this again. Okay, so yeah, you're working yourself. This is the 8 of Swords. And as you can see, the octopus has his tentacles around 8 different spades or swords. So it's like you doing this. You got hands everywhere trying to make sure every different aspect is working and you're working yourself into a stress for no reason, and we all do it. We all do and it takes us back to the trusting and the knowing that that which we created is already ours. It's manifesting the moment that we think of the desire and we speak the desire and ask for it. It's already done. The work that we need to do is, again, sit your ass down when you need to sit down, and then take action when you're inspired to take action. And those moments come with that. That's why we need to be in our divine feminine a lot of times, so that we can be able to hear, so that we can be able to feel when it's time to move. So just like picture you sitting down chilling. You chilling, you allowing yourself to chill. Ooh, let me just run it. Maybe if I do this, notice, maybe if I do it this way. No, let me just sit and chill. Let me just trust and know that I got this. And then when you finally allow yourself to chill, you sitting down, smoking a blunt, watching Tom and Jerry, then boom, idea. That's when you move. That's when you take action, because you put yourself in the energy to allow to receive that divine inspiration. So when it comes like that, and we all have those moments to where it just be like, boom, go, move. I don't care how much sense it doesn't make, move, take the action. That's spirit, that's the divine telling you, this is what you need to do right now. And it could be something like, go sweep the trash outside the front door. I'm smoking a blunt. I'm watching Tom and Jerry. Why do I need to go sweep the trash out the front door? But I promise you, if you go and sweep the trash out the front door, as you're sweeping out and your door is open, somebody might be walking past your apartment, past your door, and they be like, I noticed the other day, blase skippy, and that takes you on the roads to getting what you want. But if you didn't move when you got that inspired action, you would have never been at that door when they was walking past. And 9 times out of 10, they ain't gonna think to knock on your door to be like, hey, I saw you the other day and I thought. Especially if they don't know you like that, you know what I'm saying? That's your inspired action right there. Or when we try to make something happen, you're supposed to go left, and you like, I'm gonna go here. We going right. We gonna make this right. Right is a dead end. The left was the road that you needed to take, but because you were so focused on trying to make something happen instead of allowing the inspiration to take the appropriate action, you done got yourself in a dead end. Now you got to turn back around, go back how long to get back to the right direction. That's all that delay. That's why sometimes it takes us 5, 10, 20 years to get what we want. If we just chill and relax and stop, putting our tentacles, working ourselves stressfully. Society has us thinking that if we're not stressed, we're not doing nothing. We're not being productive enough because we don't have all our hands in this many baskets. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we trip ourselves up because, society think, well, I got to do this. I got to get 3 jobs because if I don't have 3 jobs, they think I'm lazy. Who gives a fuck what they think? Let them worry about their own lives. You do what feels good to you. And that's another thing. The whole point of our emotions, it lets us know where we stand on the spectrum of our desired manifestations and our whole soul-driven purpose. The better we feel about something, that's the direction that we're supposed to go in. We don't even realize that. We just walk around here thinking we feeling just to be feeling. There's a whole purpose and design about our entire mechanism and makeup. And when we listen to it, I'm telling you, you start to see a change. Nowadays, I don't do anything that does not feel good to me. I don't care what it is. I went and bought some color, some crayons, some color pencils, and some Easter. At the time that I went and bought them, some Easter coloring books. All on a simple hey, that's comforting to me sometimes.
Yeah.
Let me color. I ain't colored in years before I did this, because I'm like, what fucking grown man colors? It's a coloring book. Like, no, go color if that makes you happy, if that calms you. But anything that makes you feel anxious, that starts to make you feel fearful and angry and upset, you want to steer clear of that, because it's telling you, you're moving away from what you want. You're moving away from your divine glory. But again, the society has us thinking that we gotta go through the fear, we gotta go through the pain. So we tend to focus on that end of the spectrum instead of being happy. Why can't I be happy? Why can't I enjoy myself? Are you really telling me that I'm meant to be on this earth suffering in anguish all the time? It's really not supposed to be that way. It's really not supposed to be that way. And the sooner that we shift that thought process, the sooner things change. And I mean, like, it can start happening instantly. Another key behind that is being grateful, being appreciative of every single moment, even the contrast, even the bad stuff. Because even in that, it's a lesson. Why do I keep going through this particular thing? There's something I'm not learning. There's something that I'm not catching. Ooh, why did I allow myself to be in that thing for so long? What is it in me that allowed that? Or that felt like I deserved that? And then it changes from you did to me. I allowed. You're taking that accountability. I'm telling you, things will just start to shift, and before you know it, shit'll just start dropping in your lap. But like I told Adrian, you have to start from the little things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be thinking like, I want some butter pecan ice cream today, but I ain't gonna get it right now. And somebody one of the kids come home, Mom, we got butter pecan ice cream today. Ooh, I am so grateful and appreciative for that little bit of butter pecan. And then the universe says, oh, she appreciate that. Or I didn't get the raise that I wanted. Why? I appreciate that I still have a job. Maybe it'll come down the road. Oh, she can even appreciate the fact that she didn't get the raise that she wanted. Let's get this heifer some more prosperity and abundance. She's happy and appreciating what she has now. She's not taking what she has now for granted. So because of that, let's go ahead and give her some increase. She's ready for that thing that she asked about earlier. Let's go ahead and let that flood right on in. And that's just, how the divine works. It takes some getting used to because of how we was raised, but I mean, that's really what it is. Let me see what else. Challenges from work, opposition from loved ones. This thing that you're doing here in regard to these material aspects, the whole drive of that is not just for you. These are some things that you want, but it's for your family. Because you're constantly stressing and making sure that your family is good, your family is provided for, that they don't want for anything. And that's where them tentacles are coming from. It's like, okay, gotta make sure kids provided for, food, school, clothes, gotta make sure mom good, gotta make sure my friends are good when they in need. And it's just like all of this. You gotta cut that out. You gotta take a step back and get back to you. Because again, like I was saying earlier, you can't effectively impart to other people when your well is running dry. Because you're gonna drive yourself crazy if you continue on in that vein. It's either you're gonna drive yourself crazy, or you're gonna turn into a bitter old cat lady who's always mean to other people and ain't got nothing nice to say. And I know, just from just knowing your heart and your character, you don't want to be like that. So it's okay. It's okay to tell people, like, you know what? Now's not the time. I need some me time. Children, get on y'all game. Do whatever it is that y'all do. Mama, I'm sorry, not right now. I need to get back to myself. I need some me time. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And that's another thing. Society will have us think it's wrong for you to want your own me time. Why? My life is not to cater to the world before myself. Let me cater to me first, and then I'll get to you. If you deserve it, then I'll get to you, you know. But you can't be my first priority, because I'm doing a disservice to myself, putting everybody else first before me.
Yeah.
So this next card is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so again, it's going right back to the material, the finance, the business, the property, the foundation of it all. This 8 represents a strong desire, strength, and tenacity. There are some things that you are doing correctly. So it's not like you are just totally out there doing shit trying to make it work. You are, to a certain degree, you are following your instincts in certain matters. You are trusting yourself in certain matters, and because of that, your hard work is paying off. But you still need to, and you can tell when you focus within. You can tell when you need to sit down. Because again, it's that lower vibrational energy, that feeling stressed, feeling overworked, and like, man, I need to sit down, but I gotta keep going. No, sit down, relax, relate, release. Because I promise you, when you sit down, something gonna drop in your lap. Like, okay, she done stop fucking shit up by trying to make something happen right now. She done sat down. She done moved some things out the way. So here you go. You ain't even have to do all of that, baby girl. We was right here. We was right here at the door, but you had all the trucks and all the toys and everything at the front door blocking it because you trying to do 13 things at one time. But now that you done sat down, we can come on through. Okay, so again, it's some things that you are doing, and that hard work is paying off. Those things that you are doing with ease, that don't make you feel bad, keep doing those things. But the shit that's stressing you out and making you like, I don't want to do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Listen to your emotions. The slightest bit of irritation, stop. You're not gonna lose out on anything by stopping and taking a moment to refocus, meditate, go outside and put your bare feet in some grass. That's not gonna hurt anything at all. There's a king somewhere. This is a clarifying card that's clarifying this Eight of Pentacles. The King of Cups is, of course, divine masculine energy, operating here in this case from the heart space. When we think of the heart space, it's heart, home, family. Okay, now this king is in reverse. So this feels like that in relation to this Eight of Pentacles and what you've been working on and trying to build and cultivate, you don't feel like that you have the support of this person here. Okay, so it feels like that, because again, this is in the reverse. When it's in an upright position, and this is the difference between masculine and feminine energy. Like I was saying, the feminine energy rests in the allowing. She chills. She, baby, I ain't got no, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I'm not cooking tonight. Order takeout. Order delivery. Let them bring the food to me, because mama ain't cooking. The divine masculine, when it's in its upright position, imparts. That's the action behind the divine feminine. And we all have divine feminine and masculine energy within. Some may operate in one more than the other. The key is to bring a balance between the two. Regardless of which one is your default energy, you want to have that balance so that you're taking action when you need to and you're chilling when you need to allow the stuff to come in. But with this again coming out in the reverse, it almost feels like you're carrying the load on your own, because where you would like to see some impartation, where you would like to see some action on this end, you're not really seeing it. And that's part of the reason why you're here doing this. It's like I'm picking up the slack. I have to pick up the slack, because this divine masculine isn't coming through how I would like or need it to come through. Okay, and this doesn't necessarily mean that this is a bad person or a bad energy, because it's not really bad energy. It's just kind of lackadaisical. Sometimes we don't do because we don't know any better, or we don't even realize, that we need to step it up a little bit, and because you're doing this for the sake of maintaining your foundation, for building and maintaining that home and that family, you don't speak on it too much, because I don't want any, I don't want no arguments, I don't want no fussing, drama. I don't want no fighting. I want us to be good. And if us having to be good means me doing this, I'm gonna do it. And again, that's a disservice to you, because it's putting unnecessary stress on yourself. Overall, this energy, when it's in its upright, this is trusting energy. This is someone who is a protector at heart, who is a provider at heart. They just got some lessons to learn, got to man up, so to speak. And again, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because we all have things that we don't realize about ourselves, because we're not really, or haven't been forced to look within. But then when the time comes that we start looking within, it's like, oh shit, I didn't even know I was doing that, or I wasn't doing that. Because we all have our own experiences that, make up our own mental space and where we're at in life. And, we may assume that someone is present with us, and they may be to a certain extent, but they got other shit on their mind that they, that they're thinking about, or occupies their mind's space, which obscures them from seeing what's going on right in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Clarify again. Spirit don't lie. This is the Eight of Pentacles again, clarifying the Eight of Pentacles. So, if you can see this is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. When it's in the upright, the masculine energy is dipping the feminine. In the reverse, what is she doing? It looked like she dipping him.
She dipping him, yeah.
Yeah. And when you dip somebody, what do you have to do? You have to bring them back up on your own back and strength. So this is coming out in the reverse. So, okay, so I see this 3 steps forward, 2 steps back thing that's going on with you, because it's like you make a certain level of progress, but then you got to double back, because it's like I got to get him and bring and move him forward. And once he is where where I left off, I can go ahead and move forward again. Take 3 more steps, but you got to take 2 steps back to go. Okay, come up to where I'm at, and that's what's going on. That's the thing that you have to stop doing. And I don't want to say that you have to stop doing, but in order to make the process go a lot smoother, this is what needs to be done. You have to express these things. You don't have to be hateful, you don't have to be mean, you don't have to be nasty, but you have to express like baby, I'm making these steps, or whoever it is. Every time I get to a certain point and hit a certain level of momentum, I have to stop that momentum and come back and get you and bring you to where I'm at, where I left off. Then I got to build that momentum up again and thrust forward. But I can't go too far, because I got to come back and get you and bring you up to par. So that's why it's like some things that you are doing, you're doing correctly. You're doing correctly because you see some progress in the things that you want to achieve. It's just, do it gotta be this hard? Does it have to be this tough? No, it don't. No, it really doesn't. But this is that push, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. That's what's going on. And I honestly feel that this energy is not fully cognizant of everything that you do or that it takes for you to do. They just oblivious. And some of us, we're not paying attention, you know what I'm saying? Other stuff occupying our brain, but it's not intentional. That's what I want to say. It's not intentional. They're not deliberately lacking or not pulling their part, you know what I'm saying? And part of it might even be because, again, with this being in reverse, it might even be a touch of, oh, she got it. That's the rock star right there. She can handle it. But just because you can handle it doesn't mean that you have to. You see what I'm saying? And there's a certain comfortability in that. I'm not sure if this energy was coddled by their mother a lot in life and wasn't made to do a lot of things, so they got comfortable in that. It's just like, oh, they got it. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's not necessarily a bad, it's not necessarily a bad thing because that's how they were brought up. So until their idealism is challenged, they're not going to change. They're not even going to look into it because no one is challenging. Hey, do you really think this is fair? Do you really think this is sharing an equal load? Do you see what I'm doing? What I have to do? I just need a little help. I'm not saying that you're bad. I'm not saying that you're worthless. But can you take the sunglasses off in the living room, please, and see what's going on here? Please, just take a look at it. I need that from you. I'd like that from you. And I honestly feel that's all it's really going to take in that situation is just communicate. Effective communication is so very important because a lot of times we say stuff to people, and we say stuff to people oftentimes when we say what we really want to say is when we pissed off, drunk or high, and then everything just starts coming out. Even shit that don't got nothing to do with what you're trying to tell that person, that comes out, and that jumbles up the message of what you're really trying to say. And then on the counterparts end, a lot of times we hear, but we're not listening. We're not listening to what the person is actually saying. Oh, we hear them. And while we hearing it, oh, I'ma say this to that bitch when she finished. I'ma say this, and this is what I got to say about that. We're hearing to respond and not actually taking in what the other person is saying. You know, so it's a two-way street, and everybody say communicate. Oh, we can communicate, but are we communicating effectively? There's a difference. We need to make, when we tell somebody something, we need to make sure that they heard what we said. Even ask them, what do you think I meant by what I just said? You know, you might say, baby, I'm hurting, I'm tired. Baby, what did I just say to you? You need a nap? No, that's not what I mean. I mean, I'm tired of carrying the load by myself. I'm tired of doing all of this work and then having to come back and pull you up to par. That's what I mean when I say tired. But oftentimes we just say, I'm tired. Oh, she need a nap. She need a vacation. And that might be a Band-Aid over the wound, but it's not actually pouring the disinfectant in and closing the wound up and allowing it to heal from the inside out. We just slapping a Band-Aid on and be like, hey, let's go on a vacation. Hey, take a long nap. You know what I'm saying? That's a temporary fix. So the last principle card, this is the Joker. This is the Master Magician card. This is bomb energy, because it's like somewhere in the near future you're going to be the master of your life. You know, even like right now, it's like certain things are clicking and you're seeing certain dots connect. And it's like, okay, that's how I need to move. Okay, you know, that's where I need to pull back from or on. When you get to that level and you start working in that vein and like truly listening to yourself and trusting your emotions, your intuition, your gut instinct, you become the master of your own domain. You become a magician because you're like, okay, this is what I gotta do if I want to get what I want to get. And you start practicing that, and the more that you practice and the more that you do it, the more it becomes second nature for you. The old habits have died off, and it's like, okay, you know, I want a mansion. I'm not even finna think of why I can't have one, because there's absolutely no reason. I want a mansion. Why do you want a mansion? Because I want one. It makes me happy. I ain't gotta explain to you why I want what I want. It make me feel good. That's all I need to know. That's like how my mama was when I told her I was moving to Dallas. Can't you just do your business from here? Yeah. But why you going to Dallas? Because it make me feel good. It make me happy. You know anybody in Dallas? No. Have you ever been to Dallas? No. So why can't you just? Because I want to be in Dallas, Mom. I want to be in Dallas. It makes, I'm excited when I think about Dallas for some reason. I came to Dallas, and within a month, both of my businesses became legally recognized by the government. Within 2 months, within a month, me being in Dallas, it's going on 3 months now that I've been here. And things just unfold because I'm doing what I want to do now. I don't explain myself to people. At least I try not to. Most of the times I don't. There's some moments and it's going to happen with all of us. We slide back to how we used to do things. But then you catch yourself like, oh, man, no. We did that for too long. We did that for 37 years. It's time to try something new. You know, so it's like a ebb and flow. It's an ebb and flow because we're not going to change overnight. It takes some time to undo what we've been doing all this time. But the glory behind it is, and sometimes we get frustrated. Why did you do that? You know better. Don't be hard on yourself, because the glory behind it is now you notice that you done slid back where before it wasn't even a thought to you. You was just this how we do it. But now you realize, and now you move forward. And a situation might come up again that's like it, and you might start to go, and you catch yourself quicker that time. Be like, ooh, ooh, girl, you getting better. And you keep moving in that vein, and then it's like one day, oh, I didn't even turn around to go back and do it like I used to. That wasn't even a thought. High five myself, progress, we doing it. And this is where you're going to end up, because it's like you're just gonna know, like, nah, we can't do that. We can't do that way. I don't like the way that feel. Well, why you don't like? I don't know. I just don't like it, and I'm not gonna do it to find out why I didn't like it. Why I had this feeling in the first place. I used to be very that way. I get these vibes and stuff about the situation. Me and my best friend Yinka back home, he'd be like, ooh, bitch, why you getting that feeling? Cause something happening tonight. Ooh, let's go so we can find out what happened. Inevitably put yourself into some mess that could have turned out 1,000 times worse. But because we're all divinely protected, but it's like, ooh, don't go to the negative just to see why am I feeling like that? Let me see what happened. What they all about? No, you don't want to see that, because that's distracting you from what you really want. What you really want for yourself. So this is a bunch of magic. This is you. The best way I can put it, you coming into your own power. This is you coming into yourself and everything that you can create and do. Like, damn, mama, you birthed a bad one here. Like, do you know what I can do? That's what I'm talking about. I like this. I'm telling you, you got some good shit ahead of you. Am I clarifying? This is the master magician coming out, clarifying the master magician. You better get into your power. I like it. I like when that shit comes out. Okay, so this is the Queen of Wands. Again, this is more divine feminine energy. So even though, like, in the near future you're going to come into your magic, you still have to work on your divine feminine energy and allow some things. Okay, so when we think of wands, this is the whole magic of the soul. So wands represent spirituality, creativity, knowledge and wisdom, communication, and your emotional body. So this is something that you're going to have to kind of focus on a little bit, because you're so used to and programmed in taking action. It's going to take a little work for you to sit down and chill sometimes. So this is just coming out, I feel, as just to, like, hey, remember, it's okay to chill. It's okay not to do shit right now. Relax. Because I feel like this is coming out to say that, when you discover and get fully in your magic, you feel like, oh, I got the hang of this now. So let me put these 8 tentacles back out, since I done figured it out now, and let me, no. Ain't no need in doing all of that. Ain't no need in doing all of that. You figured out what you want, what you have to do to be within your power. Chill. Enjoy it. Because when you're doing all of this, you're not enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? You're not enjoying the fruits of your labor. So that card is coming out to just be like, okay, when you get there, chill, relax, kick your feet up. Take it back to the old school when our parents used to go change the TV channel. Go do this, go do that. I'm not doing shit. I'm chilling. My feet up. Do you see me? Do you see me with this mimosa? I'm chilling. You go do that for me. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of energy. So again, it's nothing that's bad in your reading. You know what I'm saying? It's just, we gotta bring some things together. Share the load. You don't have to do everything. You know what I'm saying? Even though you've taken that responsibility upon yourself, you don't have to. There's help. There's relief out there for you. You gonna get what you want, cause you quite the magical unicorn. I think I'm pretty sure outside of myself, you're the only person that a major arcana like this has come out to clarify another major arcana, and it be the same card. A master magician clarifying the master magician. Like, what type of holy shit is that? That's major. That's bomb energy. If this alone was your reading, you be like, oh bitch, I'm set. I don't need to know nothing else. If this came out first, I don't need to know anything else. That's double master magician. I'm good. Bye. Thank you. I know what I need to know. That's the shit right there. That's the shit right there. You got 2 queens out on the board, 2 eights, 8 of pentacles, clarifying the 8 of pentacles. This is just some shifting that needs to take place in your life. Stop doing this so much. Start doing that. Just some balance. It don't hold everything in. Because what is the saying? If we don't know no better, we don't do no better.
That's right.
Especially in regard to this energy right here. Because this is not a bad person. This is not bad energy. Just don't know no better. And no one has really challenged them. You know what I'm saying? To be like, oh, damn. That is kind of fucked up when you think about it. You ever had somebody tell you something or you witness something and then you just really think about it like, damn, I never thought about it like that. And then when you do it, it's just like, damn, how could I have not seen it that way? That's all this energy is right here. That's all it is. It's not bad, And this was the revelation behind this 7 of Swords. It's uncovering this removal. That's it right there. The whole removal, uncover. We need to unpack some things so that we can move forward together. Cause I'm tired of doing a Paula Abdul and jumping 2 steps back. I'm tired of that. We can't keep going on like that. That's extra work. That's double work. That's more steps when you think about it.
Draining.
Yeah, and that's wreaking hell on my cardio. Like, come on. Shit, we can't. Yeah. I need help, Lord.
Say that again, Lord.
And that's all that is. And I don't mean to say it like, oh, that's it. But when you really think about it, it's like, damn, that is it. I ain't dealing with no mess. Yeah. All I'm dealing with is you need to step it up a little bit. And I'd rather have that than some other shit that's going on out there. Cause you like peek out that door like, I'm good. Come on, I'm good on that. I don't need none of that. Cause y'all wilding out over there, all them shenanigans. Y'all can keep that. So what was this? A few weeks ago, I'm in my room. What is this? Like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe 2. I'm in my room smoking. I hear all this shenanigan outside. I look out my window, It's a man, and this particular night it was chilly, shirtless, begging the girl that was in the car. I mean, they argued. I don't know what the hell happened. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, let me mind my business, even though it's slightly entertaining. You know where we from. We hear ruckus. We at that window. We want to see what's going on. We want to know. Then all of a sudden, I hear her screaming for dear life. I'm running outside like, what is he killing her? Like, what's going on? And he running around the parking lot. You don't want none of that.
Oh no.
You don't want none of that. You like, just come on, baby. You know, just pick up the slack a little bit. Like, what do y'all be putting up with out here? Like,
Alex, I don't know, but I'm to the point now where it's like, look, I don't have the time, the energy, the patience for the foolishness.
Like none at all, especially when we start getting into ourselves and like loving ourselves and be like, hey, you know, you the package right now. You the surf and turf. Come on, steak and lobster and shrimp. You got all of that. You got the sides, you got the dessert, you got the beverage, you got the cocktail. I got all of that. So like, nah, we, you know, either we gonna do better together, or we not.
Even then, Alex, I'm to the point now where it's like, you know, I'm not afraid to let go. Like I had to tell him the other day, like, if peace means that you go one way, I go another way.
There you go.
Then let's be at peace and let's be happy. No animosity.
Yeah. There you
I
go.
will take peace and growth before I take hell and will.
Yeah.
Like it. Yeah. But I love it. But yeah, the octopus is definitely me. It's. Wait, can I talk?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Okay, but that's definitely me. I'm working on my PhD. I'm trying.
Yes.
But I'm working on my doctoral degree in education, and it's been a whirlwind. Teaching full time, being mama, wife, going to school full time, doing the research. It's been a lot. So yeah, that's that octopus everywhere in every pot. You know, the girls are getting older, so they're doing different extracurricular activities. So it's run here, run there, stop, wait. Oh, you need what? Okay, now let me run to Walmart and pick this. Yeah, it's the world with it. But
I can
like
imagine.
you said, sometimes you do need to just sit back and just chill, because my patience, a lot of times it's like, look, there is no time for me. You know, it really feels like that. And then on top of that, I have stopped smoking. So, so literally, there is no real, you know, release. So it's a lot of bottled up. It's a lot of tension. It's a lot of pressure. But at the same time, it's pressure to try to show my family that you can make it from nothing to something. You know, it's just pressure. You know, it's pressure. You know, you try to be the best. You try to be everybody's everything. Yeah. You know, and in the end, you are left with either scraps, or you're left feeling as though you're not receiving more than what you're giving. Yeah. You know, so that becomes, it builds up into a little bit of animosity, a little bit of anger, a little bit. Yeah. You know, because then you start looking sideways, like, wait a minute.
I did all this for your bitch ass and you ain't did nothing. Yeah. Be like, ooh, where'd that come from? Yeah.
But we gonna make it.
Yeah, absolutely. And just start, you know, setting your boundaries for everybody. And when you set these boundaries, reinforce them and be like, you trying to come beyond this bubble right now, and me and this bubble ain't having it. And back. A little further. Okay, right there.
Because even with today, my youngest had softball practice. So I told my husband, I was like, could you please, please just, take her to practice. I'll handle my mother and, Naira. I said, just take her to practice. So he took her to practice, and I'll give it about another 5 minutes probably, and it'll be chaos back in his house again.
Yeah, you just be like, damn. Every time I get one breath,
yes,
it's over.
It goes. It's one big revolving wheel.
Yeah, but you have to force yourself to give yourself that time. You have to. It's so important, and the more you do it, I promise you're gonna start seeing like, ooh, ooh, I like that, and then it starts to radiate from you. You know what I'm saying? And the kids will be like, oh, mama in her bubble right now. Don't even approach her. Mama in her bubble right now. Can we do something for you, please? It's just a shifting that needs to take place. And I promise you, once you find that momentum, what do you say on First Prince? Momentum. Once you get into this, it's just gonna be like can't nothing stop you. But it's going to be in the best of ways. You're not going to feel like you're overworked to get this. You just be like, ooh, I want, and there it is right there. You're like, damn, I ain't even had to do shit. That's how it's supposed to be. That's realistically how it's supposed to be. We are supposed to be having the time of our life in this planet and realizing the true power that's within us. Like really get into it, cause I be tripping myself out sometimes. Like yesterday, I was kind of down in the dumps, cause I'm like, man, business done slowed down a little bit, and when you're working for yourself, it's like this. It can be an extra added stress, cause it's like, damn, I ain't working for no company that's gonna give me no paycheck if I don't, make something happen. This is what I'm telling myself. If I don't make something happen, I ain't gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? And I had to tell myself last night, bitch, we done been through this already. We know better.
Yeah.
Don't force yourself to take action because you worry. That's what it was. I started to let worry come in. Don't force yourself to take action because of worry. Chill. Relax. Know that it's all good. And I went to sleep last night like, you know what, you was tripping. You was tripping. You done been through enough to already know how to do this thing. And I woke up this morning, like, boom, I was on it. Like, stuff just pouring out of me. I'm releasing content. And I'm like, ooh, I feel better. I feel back to myself. And people hitting me up like, ooh, you manifesting today. Keep it coming. I receive all of that. And it's just like, okay, so we just gotta let go. When we let go of the lower vibrational shit, let go of the worry, let go of the stress that we put on ourselves, and just, then it just makes way for shit to start flowing in. Cause I'm telling you, like, for me, the last couple of days, I'm like, I gotta put this content up, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I don't. And today, when I let that shit go, today is like, ooh, come on, y'all ready? Y'all want some more? I got it for you. Let's get it. But you got to, call yourself back unto you. That's what I said in my group today. Call yourself back unto you. Like, come back, come here, Mimi girl. Where you going? Come back, come in. Okay.
1 minute.
No problem.
Hey, let me call you back.
Okay, no problem.
Because they about to swerve on it.
Do your thing. I'm always here for you. I'm gonna send you some content as well, and I'm gonna send you this video. Okay.
Awesome.
Love you. Alright.